Greetings, everyone.
Man, it's time to fight old Big Ready.
Yeah. So Paperline and Wet Hamster here. We're gonna go beat up some Elder Dargons who's not really an Elder Dargon.
Kicking it old school. Just our
Yeah.
gun lance and our crabman outfit.
Mm-hmm.
This little cat.
Yeah.
I've got a condition for this fight because you see, this is a scary monster, but he's also a giant baby if you know what to do. So every time Wet Hamster is a fuck up, I am taking a shot of sriracha.
Ooh, sriracha, delicious.
It is delicious. It's almost going to hurt my butthole.
So we're fighting An Akantor today. Basically, I guess if you want to call the final boss of single player.
It pretty much is. The credits roll after this.
Mm-hmm. Some people might recognize the shape that it's pretty much just a remodeled and overgrown Tigrex, really.
Yeah, they are. That's why it's kind of technically an Elder Dragon. It's really actually a really huge brute wyvern.
Yeah.
Well, is it? I think it's pseudo wyvern.
Yeah, it's a pseudo
wyvern. Would be something completely different.
Because Tigrex and Narga are pseudo wyverns.
Those are pseudo. Yeah,
yeah.
Brute would be like bear rolls.
Yeah. Monster Hunter is really weird with their breeds and sub-breeds and stuff like that. One thing that speaking of like the sub-breeds, I think there's going to be a actual proper, what is it, Nectapon or whatever the insect breeds are called. There's going to be a proper one of them in boss form. It's like a giant spider or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was all like, it had webbing between the legs or something. It looked like a big claw. Yeah, they showed a picture of that.
Yeah. So
we know this guy's actually a pseudo wyvern because he's got really little tiny wings.
Mm-hmm. Very tiny between basically the inside of his arms. So what I was trying there was I was hoping what you can do is you can throw a sonic bomb when he's just about to roar, and then you can stun him.
It has to be in his mouth, though. You can't just throw it in the air. That's why.
Yeah, that's where I got it wrong. I thought it was just, that attack there, the gore, that is pretty much his most dangerous attack. When he's enraged, if you do not have if you don't have the maximum, the infinite stamina drink, you will get punched and get one-shotted. Fun fact.
I think the only way to survive that, other than obviously blocking or dodging, is if you have the really big defense up and like a maxed out, like all of your armor is jacked up to the point where you would need like royal armor spheres. And
so this is what makes lancing this enemy a bit tricky. Why you want to bring the infinite stamina drinks, because if he does hit you with that, the reason why it kills you is when he's enraged, it does a defense down effect on you, and it counts as like a multi-hit, and you will get hit by all the attacks. And that's kind of why it'll kill you. So you want the infinite stamina, or you will pretty much die. I would suggest regular lances, just go poke at his belly like I'm doing there, but since I'm just using a gun lance, I can't really do that very well. As you can see, I can just do the weak little pokes behind the shield.
Now, the thing is, despite lance being my main weapon, I'm going to sound like a really broken record here, but hammer is just so good against Akantor. You'll never get that tail caught, and his tail can be a bitch, but the counter to that is you will be able to break his face pretty easily.
And the front claws.
Yeah, and the claws, which does fuck with his mobility. And on top of all that, like, he's pretty big and slow. The hammer is fast enough to evade most of the shit.
I'd say the most dangerous attack with a hammer is probably since you need to get a little bit of distance from him whenever he's doing some of his attacks, is you run in there, smack him, and then if there comes fire plumes, that's pretty much, if you know what you're doing, that's the only thing that will ever hit you. So that's pretty much the most dangerous thing to look forward to.
Oh, he took another hit. I got another shot of sriracha to do here.
So whenever that attack there is called the wind tunnel, I should explain. Basically, whenever he digs under the ground and he tries to dig away from you, he will always do a wind tunnel, which gives you, if you can catch up, will give you lots of free attacks. And something I should also have explained in the beginning of the fight is if you paintball him, as you've been able to notice, I've zoomed into the minimap and I can see wherever he's going, even underground. It's one of the few monsters you can do that with.
Yep. He's just so big. I'm pretty sure you can do that with Uconlos, right?
A what?
Uconlos.
Yeah, I think so. We should
so.
probably also explain all the brakes on him, too. Just so people have an idea what we're talking about when we're talking about his brakes.
He's got a lot of brakes. He's got a ton.
He has. You can't get all of his brakes in one go. You have to, if you want to get all his brakes, then you have to do several takes. So he's got his 2 front tusks that can be broken. So that's 2 separate brakes there. You've got his front claws. You have the chest plate on his chest. And if you're doing Lance, you will do that because he will. It's pretty much like Gravios, where they start taking massive damage if you just poke there in the chest plate. And there's the spines on his back and the tail. The brakes I will not.
His back feet do not break, though.
The what?
His back feet don't break, but if
No.
you're hammering, I believe they have a really high rate of taking impact damage. If you hammer his back feet, he'll fall over on the way.
Possibly. I know if you wanna, like, as a melee person, if you want to break the spikes on his back, you have 2 options. Hammer, the best option is you knock him on his side and then just hammer his back.
Or you hit him when he does that.
Or, as a lance user, I would highly recommend you just poke his belly because once the breaks are done on his chest, then the rest of the breaks will count towards his back, like a lot of the monsters, like Plesioth, and basically all the Piscenes. They have their fin break, and if you attack the chest, you will also be hitting the fin for some reason. But the easiest way to get him is probably still just a bow gun or something, or a bow. The only issue, now I have done this fight with a bow before. The only issue is when Akantor does charge, he swerves quite a bit to the side, and it's kind of hard to avoid his charge, so you will get punched and lose a lot of health.
Yeah. Akantor and bow should never really be used in the same sentence unless you're talking about the Akantor bow. And oh my god, that was so awful.
Yeah,
that's just shameful.
Yeah, that is very shameful that I ran.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
Are you trying to kill me here? I thought we were friends!
How much have you been drinking so far of Sriracha?
I have to take 3 shots of Sriracha here.
So you're actually got like a shot glass?
No, I'm just squirting it in my mouth.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ooh, a whole shot glass each time. Wow.
But the thing is, I'm also drinking this with a bottle of Stella Artois, which is making it taste like ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need to use it for cooking or something.
The Stella, I mean, is tasting like ass. Sriracha tastes great.
Yeah, okay. But luckily I brought plenty of supplies because I totally expected to fuck up. But yeah, the only breaks I'm not going for is the chest and the spikes in the back. I do believe I managed to get all breaks but those. But multiplayer, since I used the regular lanes for the fight, then people get to see the chest break and the spikes there, so, so people will have their chance to see all the breaks on the Akantor. So, you may have noticed the video length.
To be fair, not all of that is this fight.
No, not all of that is this fight. But I'm speaking like in general for the people at home too. Yeah, it's not all this fight. After this fight, there will come, the credit sequence will pop up because, oh, congratulations, you did the single player fight.
Congratulations, you have completed a great game and proved the justice of your culture.
Exactly.
Rest our heroes.
Something that I noticed with Freedom, since most people aren't going to watch the videos to compare the first 2 games with each other, the credits does not show when you defeat the. There's actually no like big bad boss. I mean, I guess in a sense that would be Lao Shan Lung, but you defeat him, and there's no credits. It's just continue playing. To get to the credits, you actually have to go into like the video menu. And play it yourself. So like, yeah, that's one of the things I do like about this. That you defeat the big bad, and then you get your credits, and it feels like the end of the game.
Credits should have rolled after Uconlos. That's the real big bad.
Well, most people won't actually be able to play multiplayer. That's kind of the issue, though.
Don't worry, Capcom's fixing it for Monster Hunter 4, which we'll never get.
Well, honestly, that remains to be seen.
We'll get it. We'll get like 4G. We probably won't get 4.
I mean, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind just getting 4G. Waiting the extra time and getting 4G instead of just going like, hey.
Yeah, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because it's either Capcom's making me buy the same game 5 times, or Capcom's not releasing games anymore. Well, which one?
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather just go for 4G because you know what? 4G is going to be a more polished product than the first one. That's generally how it is, and there's going to be more monsters, there's going to be more content, that sort of thing. So, it remains to be seen. I mean, the fact that we are getting Tri Ultimate means that they haven't given up all hope just yet. So
people won't stop bitching about no Wi-Fi on 3DS. Well, it's coming. Wait till 4. You'll get your 3DS.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to even purchase a 3DS. I honestly don't do much handheld console. The PSP is the most handheld console gaming I've ever done. I mean, that's counted the Game Boy and everything.
It's awful.
Yeah. I just don't really see much reason for a handheld console, considering I'm always in a stationary place. Plus, there's never really any games that tickles my fancy.
Embarrassing things to say on the internet. I don't leave my house, guys. Why do I need a handheld?
Well, everybody by now knows I have Asperger's syndrome, and I am a total loser.
Oh, let's not be quite so hard on yourself here. I'm sure you're a fine young fellow that gets all the ladies when you leave your house.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather not get that. All the ladies. You know what? No, I'm going for all the men's. No, I'm kidding. No, I prefer just being a crazy hermit down the road and that yells at the kids to get off his lawn. That sort of person. Hey, somebody's got to be that stereotype, man. It's a tough job. The government pays me.
You don't gotta tell me. I won't go into things, but
So, would you say he's? No, I'm not gonna do that joke. It's a terrible joke.
Oh,
my friends keep telling me to stop.
You're halfway there, come on, go whole hog.
Well, I was gonna do a meat spin joke because he was spinning around himself.
Lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though my friends keep telling me not to do meat spin jokes whenever I see something spin around, just because I want to see them
What is this,
yell at me.
2000? Like.
Yeah, but the point is, my Danish friends, they always yell at me for doing meat spin jokes, and it's kind of amusing.
Maybe you really are the one trying to get all the guys.
No, thanks. I'll leave that to the experts. But no, the thing is, I remember, like, when I was in the U.S. last year, what's it called? When I was in the U.S. last year, I did get an American Wii, so just in case, like, the region hacking on my European Wii doesn't help me get into the European servers because I have the American version of Monster Hunter Tri.
Yeah.
So I bought that.
It'd just be a lot easier for you to just plug in your American Wii and use that, just use an adapter.
Yeah. But I still want to try it the other way because I do have save files on my European Wii, and then it would just be easier just to be able to switch back and forth.
You mean it'll be easier to just take all of the gear you've grinded for and just slap it on?
No, because I will be starting characters, but I'm just, for testing purposes and doing the starting videos, the intro videos, like, here's the tutorial, and here are how the weapons work in this game.
I'm just gonna troll the videos by showing up to everything and, like, fucking jacked up Electron gear. Hey, Keiko, let's be friends.
But anyway, yeah, funny thing, I did get my Wii ridiculously cheap because it was on a Black Friday sale thing. But here's the thing, why don't they have that? Oh man, I wish they had Black Friday sales in like Europe. That's like an American thing, apparently.
Yes, it is, because Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But man, I have never
ungrateful
seen
Eurotrash.
Yeah. I have never seen stores so packed in my life. True story, I almost blacked out because of people. I do not do well in rooms full of people and waiting in line for an hour.
I know what that's like. I have a bit of the agoraphobias.
Yeah. All the punches. So how empty is that sriracha bottle by now?
It's starting to. I'm definitely seeing it not be as high as it was when I started.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Is your stomach going to be really upset after this video? I'd imagine it's going to.
I don't think it'll be my stomach. I think it'll be my ass.
I'm
gonna shit water for a couple days, and you are to blame.
And you're doing this? Why? I'm just kind of curious. Why?
I'm just okay. This is gonna. To anyone that's watching this that knows anything about animes that are bad, I watched Queen's Blade and drank every time tits were on screen.
Oh, that sounds bad. Actually, I've never seen it, but it sounds bad. I have heard of Garcia's Wings drinking games, and that sounds. And I've seen Garcia's Wings, and you know the drinking games they've made around that just sounds. Like
Queen's Blade is a show where everyone is a woman with huge tits and they're always out all the time for no real reason. And for some reason we were watching that to make fun of it, and I made it through like half that episode.
Before you had to go to the bathroom and purge?
I actually did throw up doing another drinking thing. I was watching Eureka 7. And it's a bad show. Ignore anyone that tells you it's good. It's fucking trash. And we were near the end, and there's a thing called scub coral, and they were expositing a lot in the previous episode. So at the start of the next one, I was like, I'm gonna drink every time they say scub coral, and I don't remember this. Wadiad remembers this because he doesn't drink. Apparently, I got so drunk, I threw up on microphone.
You should have been recording this or something.
I don't know. And then I was really drunk for the last episode of that show, which I do remember it was great, and I kept shouting, why do they live in the woods?
Yeah.
Anime chat.
Yeah.
What else can you really say? It's, oh man, he sure is spinning and digging.
Yeah.
You know?
Spin me right round, baby, spin me right round. There we go, an 80s joke. Enjoy.
Hey man, Dead or Alive was a decent band for the gays back then.
Yeah. To be fair though, why I'm doing so bad at this fight is because I believe while I was in the US and I was just playing Monster Hunter for giggles, I'm not sure how he got me with that since I was blocking, but he did. And I even had full stamina because of the drink. So just hitboxes got me there. But I think this is my second time fighting Akantor, to be honest, when I recorded this.
Jeez.
So I at least have that excuse. I don't fuck up as much. Plus, the gun lance is pretty unwieldy.
The gun lance is not a good pick for this fight, in all honesty.
No. It really isn't what you want to go for. If you're going to use lance weaponry, just use regular lance. Because the regular lance, I can actually kill him in 15 minutes.
Sword and Shield is actually an interesting pick for this. I think he's weak to some I want to say poison for some reason.
He's weak to two things. I'm not sure about poison, but I know he's weak to lightning when he's enraged and dragon when he's not enraged.
Oh yeah, I think he's got some kind of thing for poison. I don't. I think it, and because there are people like I've seen people talk about like getting the poison sword and shield, and then getting in that cranny between his tail and his left rear leg. There's a really good spot to get into. Yeah, that's where you want to get into usually is melee, which is why hammer is so good because you can get in there and you can knock him over easy. And if you get in there with a poison sword and shield, it'll just tear him apart.
Yeah, I know that. I know that if you have a really mobile weapon, you can really attack pretty much wherever you want, like long sword, sword and shield, and hammer. But something like a lance, not very mobile.
Dual swords, you can do it too if you demonize
Yeah,
sword.
actually, yeah, dual swords too. I forgot that one. Great sword. You could probably do that.
Greatsword you can do this fight pretty easily with as well, just because he's so slow and he likes to position towards you. So if you like, he's like Tigrex. So if you just do the Tigrex trick of positioning yourself a little bit far back from him in the position between his tail and his rear leg, it will take him 2 rotations to get to you, which is enough time to charge up a level 3 and bring it down on his face right when he aligns.
Yeah, I think I saw a video with that. Like, I was just out of curiosity, like, how do you use whatchamacallit? And there
it works on Nargacuga too, but Nargacuga's a lot faster, so it's a lot trickier, and you have to have fast charge, and you have to be willing to compromise and only do level 1 or level 2 charge shots against Narga. But Greatsword is a viable option against Narga too.
Well, the thing is, just with the Greatsword in general, you just have to learn not to be too greedy. Like, if you know you can get a 3 charge off, do it, but otherwise, never really aim for the 3 charges and just go for 1 or 2 charges. Like, you'll still do tons of damage.
Greatsword is the best weapon in the game, but only if you have smart armor. When you're an idiot, stupid puppy that has ESP on your Greatsword set, no, you're not going to do it. Sorry.
ESP? Why would you use ESP in a Greatsword?
It has
when you charge your
Greatsword. Exactly. Don't question the Brazilians. Just let it wash over you.
Speaking of which, like I've theorized, just out of curiosity, I wonder what would happen if all the Europeans, Americans, and the Brazilians left to the Japanese servers. How many would there be left there? Because I would imagine there's at least a lot of Brazilians playing.
Oh, there's too many Brazilians. They're the scourge of every game I play. This and League of Legends. Just fuck Brazilians.
Well,
if you're Brazilian and you're listening to this, I want an apology in the thread.
Well, I know with the Monster Hunter Tri servers, if you don't like Germans, don't play Monster Hunter Tri on the European servers.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is German, and then there's a couple of French people, and then there's a mix of every other country. Like, in fact, sometimes when I've played on the Tri servers, people will hop in a game and ask, they'll write GER ? Asking if you're German, and if you're not German, well, then they'll leave, because fuck everybody else.
They want to play with Germans.
Well, it's fair enough, but it's not like people really chat, because most people...
That's the same thing, you come onto servers here, and then you'll have people talking, and then, someone will come into a server and just ask, Burr? It's like, no, not Burr. Never Burr.
Finally got that second tusk.
Oh boy, now you can get the gems.
Yeah.
I think you do need both tusks for the gems. That was just an item.
No. Gems don't come from Akantor. Gems come from Kamos.
No, doesn't he have a gem?
No, this guy doesn't have a gem. Oh,
it's the other way. Yeah, no, I was thinking. I'm being real dumb today.
Also, you remember you were having problems with multiplayer Asia Lao Shan Lung? Have you ever tried going for like Adrenaline +2 and Heroic setup? Because it's not like he ever hits you.
Yeah, no, I got him done. I just I used a cheat to make myself invincible.
You know, that's fair enough, because the fight is really dumb. Once you fought one Lao Shan Lung, you know the entire fight. Yeah. It's not like it's special.
I just cheated my way through that fight, and then I turned off cheats, and that was that.
Speaking of which, you did have an interesting story for the first Akantor fight.
Oh yeah, my first Akantor. So I did have the cheats on because I honestly, you know what, I was trying to grind for something. I can't remember what it even was now. For the Akantor fight, because so I had on auto win quest, where you just the quest starts and it just automatically completes the quest. And you go to the reward screen, and that's it.
Yeah, you didn't really feel like grinding a lot.
Yeah, and it's a cheat you just turn on, and then every time you go into a quest, it just goes. Like, you don't have to turn it on every time. And I had it on. I was doing that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do Akantor now. I've got my shit. I'm ready to do this. I have all my stuff. I spent ages. Like, I go through the farm. I get everyone buffed. I get my right cat. I
You
get
get
everything
all
in my
the
inventory.
items to bring with you.
Yeah, and then I go and I talk to the lady. I get a Cantor. It's loading up. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I spawn in, and then suddenly mission mission complete. I'm like, oh shit! And I had to sit there, watch the credits, and just feel so guilty that I did not earn them because it just auto finished the Cantor. And I was like, oh my god, no.
Well, looks like, yeah.
I felt very dirty. I went back and I immediately turned off that cheat and just did the fight properly.
Yeah,
and it gave, like, the first one, too, was like this tiny little fucker. Like, I could have wrecked him. I know it. And then the next one I go into is just fucking huge.
Yeah, you get a silver crown or something like that.
No, right? I got the gold crown.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
I got the gold crown on technically my first Akantor. I was like, wow.
Yeah, wow. So basically, if he charges at you, unless you have a shield, there's no avoiding it because it's a gold crown.
I was in Narga equipment.
Oh, so
I was actually able to roll through it.
You actually get a lot of invisibility frames. Never mind.
Yeah, I got evade up and invincibility frames at the ass. I just
if you didn't have that, you probably couldn't avoid any of the
charges. No, I would have been fucked. He would have just ate me.
Yeah, like literally the most dangerous thing he has is his charge because of how he will slide to the sides and kind of turn whenever he's going for you.
He'll do the Tyrex shuffle.
And he has a massive hitbox for it. And even you think you're safe, but then he turns a little bit and his back legs will get you.
One of the, just something janky about one of the spikes on his arms will clip you weird, and it won't ever actually touch you, but you'll go flying and fuck him.
I really feel sorry for the people who do this range. Just, I've seen people who are really good at and know exactly how to dodge this guy, but honestly, I fought him once with a bow, and I managed to win.
Never again.
But never again. Let me tell you, that was. I wasted everything I had.
Is his foot broken? I think. Yeah, his foot's broken.
Yeah. Both feet are broken. The only thing I'm really missing to get is his tail of the breaks that I'll be getting in this video.
You still need the chest too.
Well, yeah, that I'll be getting in this video. As I said, like I said, the chest and the spikes on his back will be reserved for multiplayer.
There.
So,
look at him farting.
And you know, it's actually pretty hard to get his tail off.
His tail's a lot of health.
Yeah. He has a lot of health on his tail, and
it's pretty armored
while he's
too.
big, dumb, and slow, if you're using something like the gun lance, you can't really get very many hits off of on his tail.
Especially when it moves around does that to you. Where you land a full combo and the game's like, nah, one of those hit.
Yeah. But luckily, at least with the shield, you do have an advantage. If he does those tiny little charges, you will be right behind his tails. So, you know, there's a good chance of doing it. But no, he decides to slide me across the ground.
Stab.
And cam wrangles.
Oh my god.
You already drank the thing?
Just every time you are bad.
Oh wow.
Why are you so bad?
Yeah, well, at least on the bright side, I have gotten better at Monster Hunter.
At least when the two of us are doing multiplayer, at least at that point, I don't have an excuse to just sit here and go, "Oh, you're so bad," because it's my job to carry you.
Come on, I'm not that bad.
For the two of us.
I'm not that bad. I can solo G-rank monsters.
As long as I have overpowered G-rank equipment, I'm not scared of Diablos.
No, I don't actually have any G-rank equipment yet.
So, did you do the G-rank
And I have actually
Diablos?
soloed the G-rank Diablos before, but it took me 40 minutes. I don't think people want to see Diablo's face for 40 minutes straight.
You don't know what Glazius wants to see.
Well, I'm still amazed that he can keep up with so many threads. Like, I see him posting every thread and watching
Maybe
every video.
He's like you.
I guess props to him for actually being able to do this. It's a skill I kind of wish I had.
Watching every single Let's Play thread for the past 5 years. I remember when you used to post in my thread.
Yeah, whatever happened to that?
I got a new computer back at the start of the summer, and I made a bunch of updates, and I have everything still sitting on my computer. I have like over 8 hours of footage, and I went to start editing them, and I realized, wait, I should probably bump my thread first, and I looked, and my thread had fallen into archives.
Oh.
I might bring it back.
Well, tell me when you do, because I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
I love and hate Jak and Daxter too. It's a love-hate relationship. I hate the driving parts, but the parts that aren't driving based are okay. I like them.
I know anyone that listens to this and knows anything about other stuff I did probably does not at all believe that I'll do that, considering what happened with Two Worlds. I tried to make more content for Two Worlds. I tried 6 times. I recorded 6 separate 2-hour videos for that fucking thread, and Fraps screwed me every time. That's why Clever Spam buttons updates now. Because Fraps won't play nice with my new rig.
That sucks. Yeah, honestly though, eventually I'll have to get into like recording things on my PC, which will be a fun experience, not just having the PVR do everything for me. But yeah, it'll be an interesting experience for when I'm gonna do Death Trap Dungeon. Oh God, why did I
might actually be able to record my end of try footage for you too, because it's all in SD anyways, and my captures SD, and I have a non PS2 specific, not composite, but like that black cable with the janky thing on it.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That thing. I have one of
I
those
can't think of the name of it either right now, but yeah. And at least it takes a nice huge chunk of his tail off when you actually do get his tail.
Yeah, his tail comes a lot off. I would have appreciated more of it coming off, honestly.
Yeah, but it does make
long.
Standing in front of him a lot safer. So when his tail comes through, you just kind of stand there.
If you're about half a step to a step back from his face in front of him, if he does a spin, it won't touch you.
Oh. Really?
If you're right in his face, he'll still hit you. But if you're about like a hop backwards,
okay,
or like at least half a hop.
Yeah, I mean, at least I don't really have that problem because I have the shield. Also, I'd like to know that a real dick move that the Screams can do that I've noticed through like just farming him for weapons and stuff. When you have a shield like a lance set up, his Scream will push you back a bit. And sometimes it'll push you just back at the exact pixel where his shout ends, but then it also counts as running back into the screen, so you get hit by it twice. So if you didn't really have very much stamina, you get hit by it anyways.
Yeah.
That's really obnoxious when it does that.
Wait a minute, you mean to tell me that Capcom is inadequate at programming games?
I've seen people program worse things, like Bad Rats.
Hey, Bad Rats is modern art.
It's modern art. Is that what we're calling it now?
Okay, maybe it's a little bit postmodern, but I will defend Bad Rats.
I will not defend Bad Rats. I watched one of my friends stream the entire game with shadows on, so the physics are extra fucked up.
Well, maybe...
It was hilarious, but bad at the same time.
I'm sorry you can't appreciate art the way I can.
Oh, I appreciate bad games, but I just appreciate making fun of them. The Incredible Machine, only if it was bad. That's basically what it
problems, I feel bad for you. So you've got 99 problems and Bad Rats ain't
I mean, then again, Bad Rats is still not the worst I've ever seen. I'll be brutally honest. I have seen things a lot worse.
Big Rigs Over the Road Racing is way worse than Bad Rats. Fuck the haters.
Yeah, but
even that game's great.
Yeah. Big Rigs is great because it doesn't really work.
I can't deal with all this sriracha. I'm gonna have a quick shot of plum sauce to help this out.
Might be a good idea.
I don't know why. Now the viewers might be wondering why I have a bottle of sriracha and a bottle of plum sauce just sitting around. And the answer is I like chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets? So you dip it in those two things?
Yeah.
Usually what I'll do is I'll just make honey mustard. It's delicious.
I do also have a bottle of mustard just sitting here.
Homemade
like I'm not even in like a kitchen or near the fridge. Like these have been sitting here for a while. I don't know why. I'm just really lazy and I forget to take them back downstairs.
Oh, well, yeah, they should be able to hold without being refrigerated.
My room is an icebox anyways.
Oh, well, yeah, you live in Canada, don't you?
I suppose, but it's more...
I was just thinking, like, yeah, it gets pretty cold this time of year. I guess it also depends on where in Canada you are, too.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto. Toronto, as some
Torontosaurus.
I don't get why people say Toronto. It's Toronto. I live in Toronto.
Because people are bad at language, and so am I. But people know that by now that I'm bad at language.
Oh man, he's gotta die soon. Credits
yeah,
are 10 minutes long.
He should almost be dead, I'm sure. But again, like,
you can feed him meat, can't you?
I don't know. Can you? There's not very many monsters you can feed meat in this game.
And I mean, he's related to Tigrex.
Yeah.
I would guess, but I've never tested it, and I don't recall reading about one or the other.
I've never tested it, and I don't think I've read anything about that you can feed him meat. It's a very good question, actually.
I'd actually wager you could. I think you might be able to.
It's a shame though that there's barely any monsters in this game that you can feed meat.
Yeah, they kind of keep that up in Try too. There's a couple more in Try, but for the most part, meat's useless.
But then again, in Try, there isn't a large variety of monsters either.
I would actually say that there is a larger variety of monsters, but there are fewer monsters in total because there aren't recolors.
Yeah, there's no subbreeds. Really.
But there are a wider variety of families of monsters, for sure, I would definitely say. I think that's what Try U is going to be so good with, is that there's such a wide range of monster types now.
They'll have a lot of third portable monsters and monsters from Try, and they'll be tossing in a few subbreeds here and there.
Yeah,
subbreeds are always nice for additional armor sets, and it does look like with the subbreeds they're going to be doing more than just, hey, it's a recolor. It does look like the subbreeds that they're going to be adding more than just, hey, it has a different color. Like, it'll be using different elements and different things like that. Probably be having one or two different attacks.
See, this right here is why I always carve the tail during the fights. When I do fights, any fight, because I don't want to run out of time when I have to carve the tail and a huge monster, and I'm trying to get all the carves, and it's hard enough getting all the carves as it is.
Yeah, well, Akantor's not that bad, though.
Akantor's 4?
Yeah, Akantor's 4 and the tail is 2. And you have more than enough time to get all the carves.
It's kind of narrow. If the tail is on one end of the arena and he's on the other...
Well, if he's on the one end of the arena, then, if he moves away from the tail, I'll usually carve it. But if he sticks into this little tiny corner where he's been fighting for the last God knows how long, then, yeah, I'm not going to carve the tail until he goes away.
You can see Akantor's parts are worth a lot, but he's just, like, the fight just takes too long, even once you get really good equipment. He's still probably about
I don't know, like, again...
I'd put him at about a 20-minute fight, honestly.
I don't know, I can do 15 minutes with a lance. With a Narga lance, I can do 15
It's just a lot faster to farm the double hitbox, which is depressing.
Yeah, but I generally don't farm him for the monies. Oh, and...
We did it, guys! Mission accomplished.
Yeah. So, people may remember me showing this video off of the bonus video, but it's not quite the same video. They added in a couple things.
Sexy things.
Actually, they just added in Trenya.
The sexiest game.
They snuck Trenya in this video.
Are you trying to tell me that Trenya's not a hottie? Trenya gets all the pussies. Of
course, this part of the video is unique to it. Like, this part was not in the actual
Look at that little buddy go. I love this part.
I hate Trenya.
Really? Trenya's my bro. He got me
Trenya
so many
comes
rocks
back and he's like, hey, thanks for
get.
paying for my mission. Here's a bug wing.
See, mine was the opposite. I would send Trenya out and he would just get me, like, all of the nicest shit. Like, things I should not have had. Things that were, like, 3%. And, like, he'd just bring tons of them back and get me ridiculous equipment I should not have had.
I never had much luck with Trenya. I always got everything I needed before Trenya could even get me them.
Well,
The only thing I
that's
couldn't get myself is the Dragonwood and the Moss Sinister Claws as well. There are some things that only he can get.
Yeah. Although you can get yourself Dragon Moss anyways if you go fight Yamasakami.
Yeah. And those two dudes, yeah, in this version of the video, you don't actually ever see them because you're too busy looking at Trenya, so you don't actually know that these three are supposed to be friends, I guess.
Who the fuck cares about them, man? It's all about the Trenya.
I thought it was all about Tiger X here.
It's all about Trenya. I like that they actually bothered to show in that little cutscene there that the bone sword has actually a blade on it. Because it doesn't look like it in the game. You don't really see the blade.
The pixels
like, hey,
are too
here's
small.
A bone with some spikes on it.
No. Pixels are pretty small, well, I should say model, not pixels. Might as well just say pixels, yeah.
Polygons, perchance?
No, I'm just gonna go with pixels. It sounds dumber. Yeah.
No, you're not gonna take the lifeline I've thrown you here, are you?
No. I'm just gonna continue to sound retarded. So, I guess we need to cue the credits. It is nice to have credits, though, just playing once you defeated the big boss. Instead of, like, Freedom, where it's like, you've unlocked a video! Go into the video section to watch. And I'm like, what? There you go, and you find out it's the credits. You're like, oh.
Big boss.
Oh, no, the big boss. Yeah, I will actually be doing that, though. That's all I'll be saying about that.
Spoilers for another throw.
No.
Can't wait till they get to the Monster Hunter shit in Peace Walker.
Yes, that'll be fun. I will be doing that once I'm done with multiplayer, like, as bonus videos.
You don't have to do that. I mean, Chip Cheese was gonna show it. He shows everything.
Yeah, he does, but, you know, again, I'm just doing it for my thread for completionist's sake.
Spurgin out!
Yeah, I am. I love my Spurgin. Also, look at all those shakalakas.
Recruit them all.
I hate them. I want my cats back. At least I can abuse them properly.
Well, you had them back in third portable, and then everyone said, no, fuck the cats, give me back Shaka.
Really? Oh.
King Shaka Thunder.
I didn't notice in third portable that they were really, like, going crazy with the cats. The cat motif. Man, look at Trenya. He managed to kill Espoid.
He's doing it.
Yeah, only Mama's around. So these little videos here will give you an idea of, I guess, the adventures of Trenya, what shit he has to put up with.
The horrible things he does for you.
Oh wow, look. G-rank Congalonga? Congalonga? Yes. I am the best at words.
Oh man. I'm gonna date this video. I just checked the Monster Hunter Mega thread, and Nazella just posted up a video of the new sand turtle from Frontier. That thing was fucking awesome. I can't.
Did he actually fight it?
Like a YouTube fight.
Oh wow, you're gonna have to link me to that after we're done here. I want to see that. Yeah. The giant sand turtle.
Oh, and it's by Azure Starstone. He's my favorite. Azure Starstone is legit. Everyone check his channel out if you haven't. It's fucking great.
Oh, my favorite type of missions, transporting.
Gotta love that burly.
But you know what? I'm not gonna thank people in the thread just yet because there's still a little bit of Monster Hunter content left. Just a little bit. I'm waiting with the. I should call it post-game content. There's basically one secret unlockable fight for doing every fight in the single player, and that will require G-rank equipment. I've tried to look up if anybody's been able to do it with just high-rank equipment, but I can find nobody talking about this fight, so...
No one would talk about it because it's dumb.
It is dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyways with G-rank equipment.
I forget, is it all simultaneous or sequential?
They all come one after another.
Oh, so it's sequential, okay.
Yeah, sequential.
That makes it a little bit... I was under the impression it would be simultaneous, and that's why I was shitting bricks looking at it.
No. They all come one after another. But we still got Trenya.
Oh, yeah, look at him. That's
Oh,
why
I love
he's
it when
dead.
cats suffer.
You
Yeah.
sadistic fuck.
Freedom Unite was all about Trenya, let's be honest.
I will end you.
Okay, what was that?
I am revenge for the cats.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I am Catman.
Catman, oh god. It's worse than Rackman.
Hey, Rackman is good.
Yeah, Rackman was pretty good.
I killed him in one shot.
Yeah, he's kind of pathetic.
What do you mean I was playing as Zero?
I personally
Zero
like
OP.
the Gunslinger. I do like the style.
I like
But-
the Gunzerker.
So while I got this little bit here in the end, just because I wanted to talk to the cat here in case I needed to farm single player, because who knows, I actually do need to farm that. So you know, just to get some text and check out like a couple of changes.
This video
which
wasn't
is only
long
talk to
enough.
this guy, Nikot, I think it's called.
Yes, he is Nicole.
Yeah.
N-E-K-O-H-T.
Something like that. It means cat just by saying it with different words.
Yes. And then the other cat that you took the baby missions from is the village elder.
Yep.
And then the other ones are guild. Those women don't get names. They're just.
Well, that's because the everybody forgets they exist. The Wyvernians. Adults, they're tall, strong people, and then when they get old, they turn into midgets. I still don't know how that works.
Their life force returns to the earth to be given back to the new babies to become big and strong.
Is
It's the
that
circle
really
of
it?
life. No,
Oh.
Capcom, hire me. I need a job. Come on.
Yeah.
I've given you so many of my dollars. Give me some back. Let me write your flaws.
So this fight here, this is the
G-rank.
dreaded G-rank Diablos that's in single
He's
player.
got one horn, and he loves to fuck you with it.
Yeah, he can pretty much 1 to 2 shot you, depending if he's enraged or not.
Also, I'm not sure if you can break the one horn. I
You
don't-
can actually break the one horn.
It's probably hard as hell.
No,
don't
it's just
think I
getting
ever
stuck in
broke it.
walls. I mean,
Oh,
if
you
you're
can't use
using...
walls, but
Just getting him stuck in walls and then attacking his head over and over again. It's not that bad when you want to break his horn. But you don't want to break his horn. You actually want to get him stuck in the wall and then just attack every other part of his body so you don't break the horn.
The horn will break though, getting stuck in the walls like that. Anyways.
So, you know what? That would be it for the video, and you know what? I will see you for more, I guess, multiplayer action. See you.
Hot multiplayer.